to Casual Friday, Wacky Shirt Day on the Cavalry.
Kicking it off with a visual cue for all our podcast listeners.
More visual jokes for the podcast.
I'm
wearing a Miller High Life shirt. I'm not even a big Miller High Life guy, but my brother-in-law got me this for Christmas.
It's a good shirt. It's a good shirt.
Yeah.
It's a good beer.
It's an okay beer. Do you like the High Life?
I think I drank it ironically and then grew to like it. So I actually do like it now.
Oh, you got to be careful with those ironic things.
They really grow on you.
Yeah. Like you do stuff ironically and you actually, I feel like I do that with like bad jokes. I'll make a lot of like stupid jokes around the house, like,
yeah.
I guess you'd call them dad jokes or whatever. And I was like, oh no, I'm just saying that because that's what somebody who would make a bad joke would say. Like, it's ironic. But now there's no separation between me and the dorky guy who makes the bad joke.
Right. You've accidentally rewired your brain to constantly be thinking of those dad
totally.
jokes.
Yeah, and this quarantine is not helping. This not getting on stage or getting out of the house. I'm just morphing into the just high brown socks, mowing the lawn doof. That's what I'm becoming very quickly. So
the doof.
Welcome to the doof.
Welcome to the doof. Welcome to the Cavalry.
The Doof Cast. No, but how are you doing?
So I'm good. How are you doing?
Come on. I'm doing fine. Forget
it,
that. We don't need. Who cares how we're doing? Let's get right into it.
Yeah, that's not important. That's not
Who
important.
gives a shit?
All right. So, do you want to go first, or should I?
No, you sound like you got the guns out of the holster.
Oh, I don't. But I will start. Okay. So here's what I got.
All right.
Okay. So this is now I've had a number of food ones. And this is another one. This has hit me this week, and it's a constant thing. I just need support that this is not super weird. It might not be normal, but okay. So we know it's been established that I'm a picky eater by some standards.
Although we dispute that term, we say
it was classist.
Right, it's very classist
right.
Calling someone a picky eater. Yeah.
So like let's say I eat a cheeseburger and they put lettuce on it. Barf, right? Because that's healthy. Or let's say you're eating a taco and someone puts avocado on it, right? A lot of people like avocado. Maybe I'm making enemies by saying I don't like avocado. I just don't like the texture of it. I think it feels like how it has the same texture as poop. Anyway, so what I will do, I'm just going to put that out there and plow past it. What I do
of a healthy person's poop.
Sure, yeah.
If you're pooping out avocado, that's about the exact right poop. That's what you should be. Like a almost ripe avocado is kind of what you're aiming for, I think. That's what
you got to time it right.
Yeah.
The poop and the picking of the avocado.
Poop and the avocado. But the barf. Barf is the funniest word for throw up, by the way.
Barf.
Wait, can I tell? Wait, I want to interrupt you.
Yes.
But I want to. This is kind of a funny story. So, speaking of barf, when my wife and I first started dating, she get these horrible migraines and she was getting nauseous. A lot of people don't know you get a migraine, you can also get nauseous. Yeah. And she went to the bathroom. She's like, "Oh, I got sick." And I was like, "Oh, I know, you're so sick. I'm sorry." She's like, "Yeah, I got sick like twice." I was like, "Oh, that's too bad, Yeah, you're sick." So then we were like, I would still kiss her. And then later she like told the story. It's like, "Oh, I thought it was so romantic that you would still kiss me even after I threw up." I was like, what the hell are you talking about? It's like getting sick was her euphemism for barfing.
Huh?
That's what she called it. When she said, "Oh, I got sick," that just meant barf. So anybody out there listening, if you also say get sick, please be more specific. Bam,
yes, I agree. That's very vague. However, and I wouldn't have known what she was talking about until you said that she said, "Oh, I just got sick twice."
Yeah,
how do you get sick twice in the bathroom?
Well, I thought she meant like I've been sick twice, like from
Oh,
this
okay.
disease. I don't know.
But anyway, so your side story reminded me of a side story. It's the exact same. But me and Erin's the first time we ever kissed. First time was right after I had barfed.
You got sick?
I got sick in my
Yeah.
bathroom, and and I found out later.
Were you ill or were you drunk?
No, I was drunk. She didn't know.
Or did you have too many tacos?
Someone left the lettuce on my cheeseburger, so
Oh, that'll do.
yeah.
Barf.
But anyway, so what I will do when there's healthy food on my regular food that I don't like is I'll eat that all by itself, you know, like kale, like kale, whatever. She's like, well, you have to have kale. We're going to make whatever with kale. I'd be like, you know what? I'd rather just take a handful of kale and just eat it dry, get it over with, and then enjoy this unspoiled meal that doesn't have kale in it. You know what I mean? That's normal, right? That makes sense.
I'm with you. I think, you know what, they make these, I forget what it's called, like Soylent. Have you heard of that? Where it's like everything you need to survive, all the nutrients and nutrition, just in like a tasteless shake, or like it's like drinking like water or something. And you could just, some people completely do away with all food. They just drink these Soylents 3 times.
It's just like sustenance, and that's it.
Sustenance. They have no emotional connection to food. They don't have time to cook. They don't want to spend the money on it, whatever it is. And then they drink these Soylent. But you could just get whatever the nutrients you are missing from vegetables. Maybe you could just get them like as a shot, or a quick, like a liquor shot, like just pound it quick, get it over with, blend it all up, something, and then you can, like you said, you can eat whatever you want.
Well, that's how I get my veggies, is I make smoothies.
Is that really true?
Yeah. We make smoothies for everyone because, veggies are gross. I mean, for the most part, right?
You're such a child.
Name a vegetable that you're like, oh no, I really like the carrots are actually really delicious. There's no vegetables.
You cook them. It's the way you cook them. Like, have you ever like roasted broccoli, like put like salt and
I will say this. Erin, I've never liked Brussels sprouts because like growing up, my mom always just boiled them and just that was it. But Erin, like, she'll crisp them, salt them, put vegetable oil, and they're like so delicious. So yes, those are good. You're right. Okay, you proved me wrong with my own point.
Brussels sprouts had the biggest comeback because they were like same thing. When I had them as a kid, they were disgusting.
Yeah.
And then you'll see them like at some like brewery restaurant, and they'll be like deep fried with bacon, and they're like the most delicious things you've ever had in your life. Like, why didn't mom just do this?
Yeah.
Why didn't you just make them like Buffalo Wild Wings does?
Did you see that?
Yes. Quick apparition.
Well, you got tucked in an hour and a half ago. You have to go.
Oh, no.
All right. Duncan is interrupting the podcast.
You need backup on bedtime.
I know. Jeez. I need you to smack him. Okay. Hey, if I text mom, you're going to get the crap beat out of you. So go upstairs. Okay. So, all right. So, yes. Okay. So that's I feel supported.
I text mom. You've never sounded like a more you sound, when you say I'm gonna text mom, it sounds like you live at the extended stay Days Inn. Hey, if I have to text your mom, I'm gonna send you back to Phoenix. Sorry. Okay, go ahead.
I think that's it. I think I don't know if I proved myself wrong or if you backed me up or what the hell happened.
No, I'm backing you up. I'm totally about just like get what you need.
Get what you need. It's unfun. And then that way, because like she's like, oh, it's good. You put the avocados in and you mix it all. It makes a good meal. Well, I don't like avocados. I'm trying to think of other examples besides avocados or lettuce on a burger or kale. But like anything I don't like, I'd rather just, as opposed to making the gross thing better by adding good stuff, I'll just pound it and then I can enjoy the good stuff.
You know what it's like? It's like, like normal people work like 8 hours a day, 5 days a week. That's like the normal schedule. Some people want to work 9 hours a day, 4 days a week. so that they can have the 3 clean days off. That means they
Yeah.
would rather work a longer day, just get it over with, so that you don't mess with their weekend, right? And see, that's what
Yes.
you're saying. It's
I
like,
would do that
I
too.
want my
Yes.
weekend clean, so I'll put in the work early and to avoid contaminating my weekend with work.
You get it.
Vegetables are like work. You
They
see,
are.
I get it? I get it.
They're like an
Also-
extra hour of work.
Yeah.
Even though
You
the
know-
math doesn't add up when you just do 9 hours and you
That
get a
is
whole
true.
day off.
Is it 10?
Yeah,
Well,
it would be 10.
I don't
whatever.
work at the accounting firm. Okay. In this scenario, I work at Chipotle or something. But
It would have to be 10 and a half if we're going to get nerdy about it.
Is that true?
You work 4 10-and-a-half-hour days. Is
4
the same as
10s.
5 8-hour days.
No. 4 10s is 40.
Oh my gosh, our listener count just is plummeting.
I think I'm right. But anyway, the other thing I wanted to mention is this fight. You made me think of something else. So I've brought this up on a previous episode, but my 600-pound life, I watched a really depressing one last night.
Yeah.
And her whole thing was like, she kept losing the diet. He would give her a diet and it was on paper and then she would lose it, but she was too afraid to tell him she lost it. So she tried to just create her own diet and it of course wasn't working. But her theory was somewhat similar to yours, where she was like, well, I was adding vegetables to my diet. And he was like, yeah, but were you cutting out the other things you were eating that made you 600 pounds?
Were you cutting out the tub of ice cream? No, but I had a carrot.
You can't just jam. The vegetables don't go in there and roto-root all the other shit you've been eating. You have to replace the bad food with the vegetables. So just a little nutrition corner, public health announcement. So anyway, but yeah, I'm with you. I'm totally with you.
Good.
Don't contaminate the good stuff in your life. Separate it. And
and do the work. Separate it, do the work, and then enjoy the rewards. All right, what do you got? I'm eager to support.
Well, I hope you'll
unless
be with
it's
me.
stupid.
Well, we'll see. I got one. Someone needs backup. Now we've asked people if you need backup and you're listening to the show to leave a comment. But I got one over the phone from my mom. My mom listened to the show. First of all, she was worried I'm not flossing, so she called me.
Which episode did she listen to?
I don't know. It's
69ing Yakov Smirnoff?
It's probably 69ing Yakov Smirnoff. So the episode my mom listened to.
That's the one
she's a big Yakov fan.
Right.
But so she called. She's very distraught because my mom's name is Karen Slater. And this Karen insult is really getting to her. So she said she needs backup on the Karen insult and how she's supposed to navigate her daily life being named Karen when you see all these evidence of these white women going crazy of a certain age on the internet. And it's like, yeah, we're trying to shame them for bad behavior, but then these innocent Karens are being dragged through the mud. You know, my mom's not out there waving a gun around at protesters. You know, she's not throwing eggs at people at Trader Joe's. She loves wearing a mask. My mom was like the first person to wear a mask. So she needs backup. So I don't know what the solution is. I think probably the best solution is for people to just stop like the Karens to stop exhibiting the behavior. It'd be great. Like, I don't understand, like, once you're in the middle of one of these tantrums and you see that someone pulls the cell phone out, how does that not just shut you down immediately? If anybody starts filming me at any point, that's an immediate just walk away, I lose situation. I'm giving up. I see that cell phone camera is scarier than a gun or a nuclear bomb. I'm more scared of that cell phone camera than anything else. Like, just stop. Once you see that camera, just give up. But they see
you never
the camera,
see it.
I think they see it and they get more enraged.
No, I mean, that's what I mean. You never see. I'm saying you never see people be like, "You better put your blood," and then they just head down and out the door because they saw the camera. They just keep going.
Right. I don't understand. I think that's the message that needs to get out there. It's like, if you see that camera, you just, because like little kids, they they exhibiting bad behavior sometimes, right? But then
Yeah.
they see mom and dad or the teacher come in and they snap to it. Oh, stop. They put the note under the desk or whatever. Why isn't that not happening with these crazy people on the internet?
That's true.
Maybe because they're crazy. I don't know.
They're just so heated in the moment. They're just like, they just double down on it, and they just it's almost. I think it's a lapse in sanity.
I think they do. They just use Snap or something. But so I don't know what to tell her. I tried to tell her probably just wait it out. It seems like
I think she needs to change her name.
Change her name.
Yeah, do that.
What name should she? Oh, you know what else she told? Okay, real quick. Well, let's figure out what name she should change her name to. But then before I say that, because this is related, she was watching The View, and The View was catching her up on the whole genesis of it. And there's a Karens.com or whatever, and
does your mom have short blonde hair like a pixie cut?
Yeah.
Or no?
Yep.
She does.
Not a pixie cut, but she has it down to like the shoulder, so it's not like really short, but she does have blonde hair.
Okay.
And she's like that in that age group. It like fits because Karen was a common name for her generation. So, but she was watching The View, and Whoopi Goldberg was talking about it, and Whoopi doesn't like it either. Because you know what Whoopi's real name is?
Karen.
Yes. How crazy is that? So maybe my mom should change her name to Whoopi.
Yeah, I like that. That's good. Or The View. No, Whoopi.
Whoopi Slater.
Yeah.
I think that's the way she should go.
That is it. All right.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. Because you can't, I mean, waiting it out, that's just not going to, it could get worse, So that's not an option.
Yeah. I mean, the internet moves fast, though.
The what?
The internet moves kind of fast, They get on to the next thing.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't know.
But there's always...
Maybe not.
It might not be on, but everyone's going to remember it, you know?
So you think it's going to take a name change?
Yeah, that's just just rip off the Band-Aid, change your life.
Yeah.
Change your name, identity. Cheryl?
Carolyn.
I feel like both of those might be the next Karen. I think it's got to be Shaniqua or something.
We got to go the other way. Yeah. Go like North or one of those Kardashian names or something. Her middle name is Lee, so she thought maybe she should go by Lee. I was like, that's kind of, I don't know, Lee.
I don't know.
I think Whoopi or Big K.
Big
Mama K.
Mama K. There you go.
Mama
Problem
K.
solved. I cannot see someone named Mama K going on a rant on a cell phone footing.
There's no. I don't think we're coming up with any real concrete solutions. Maybe just stay off the internet.
Your mom, just tell her, just go dark. Your mom definitely has it worse than my wife, but my wife has addressed concerns because my wife's name is Erin. And she thinks, well, that's so close to Karen. And I'm, she's like, well, I ain't that same demographic. I'm blonde, blah, blah, blah. And so she wants to try to make like a funny video to put out of her, like the opposite of it, like doing the opposite of what a Karen would do. But I don't know what the opposite of a Karen is.
Just acting sane. It would just be like that's waiting in line video. At the grocery store with your mask on. Not yelling at anybody. Maybe that's funny.
That would be, it'd be funny if the person that pulls out their phone is like commentating, but she's not doing anything.
Look at this, Erin, holding the door open for a black person without questioning what their motives are. What an Erin. Yeah, we'll get that going, and then my mom will change her name to Erin. And then
boom, there we go. And
problem solved.
They'll be a team. And they'll be the next Thelma and Louise. Okay.
I think we solved it.
All right, good. So you're supported. All
right.
Your mom is supported.
She's supported. We're there. We know. She's not a Karen in that sense of the word. She's an Erin.
All right. All right. Woo, we are just flying through solving the world's problems.
We are on fire today.
All right. So is it my turn?
It's your turn.
All right. This is just something I think about in general, and I hope this doesn't make me sound like a cranky old man, but like I don't know how you found how if you agree, but like I'm not an old man. I'm 40. You're almost 40. You're what, 37?
35. Thank you.
Are you 35?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, you look terrible. But I think I only said 37 because I thought that you said 37 on the cruise, but you probably said 35. Anyway,
36 in October. But yeah.
I'll be 41 in October.
Oh, parallel lives. Have we talked about that before?
We have. How does that mean? That's not an example of it. Oh, because we have the same birthday.
Because we're the same birthday.
Oh yeah. Even though we're 5 years apart?
Let's not try and do
this is the math episode. Anyway,
that one listener just turned it on again. Like, oh Jesus.
Yeah, they just skipped ahead. They skipped ahead and landed right on that spot.
More math, for God's sakes.
These morons. Okay, so I'm 40. You're 35, a young-looking 35, might I add. And I just think that I think it's harder to make friends when you're old. It's not harder to make friends. It's harder to give a shit about trying to make friends when you're older because you got friends. Yeah. What's the point?
No,
it's so much energy to make a new friendship.
I agree with you. I have so many thoughts. First of all, I'm 100% behind you. You lose friends as you get older. Mm-hmm. One of the first jokes I ever wrote was how you have like when you're in high school, it's like a million. You really think about it, how many friends you had, how many people you were comfortable calling on the phone. Yeah. It was like an endless list. What is your list now for how many people you'll just call on the phone? Like casually,
just to talk?
Just to talk, just to say, hey, how's it going? Like I'm bored, I'm stuck in traffic. Right? I'm the same way. It's a very short list. You just shed friends, I think, as you get older. It becomes, like you said, I agree with you, it's less important. I don't need as many friends, but they also get replaced by like just circumstantial, like you have now you got kids, like you have kids. That's like a big portion of sayonara. Day. You have like we both have wives. That's like a lot of my interaction. If I was single by myself, maybe I'd have more friends. But it's very hard to have friends. The other thing I thought about today was, it's funny you brought this up, but like there's a difference between like a daytime friend and a nighttime friend. Like if you can hang out with anybody at night. I feel like you can go to a bar, like, oh, we're gonna go get a drinks or we're gonna go get dinner. But like you have to be such good friends to like, let's go
get lunch.
Let's get together at 1 o'clock in the afternoon.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? What have I known you for a decade? I'm not just gonna get lunch with you.
I'm not gonna rearrange my day's plans and make room for you in the middle of the daytime.
In the light of day? No, I don't think so. No, but yeah, we moved to Portland and we were thinking about it. We were like, I mean, part of this is the pandemic, so it's harder to get together with people. But we were like, I don't know if we've made one friend since we've moved here.
I don't know. I don't know your wife really at all, but like, is she the same? Because like Erin has a lot of friends and is a social butterfly. She would disagree, but
yeah.
She's not paying attention to herself because she is. She has a lot of friends. She made a lot of friends, while we were living in New York or in LA, and keeps in touch and goes and visits them. Are you kidding me?
She goes back to LA to visit her friends?
She has, yeah.
Oh. Well,
not
I guess
since
my wife
the pandemic started.
Yeah. Well, I guess my wife has done that, but we're probably equal as far as friends. And in fact, I feel like I have an advantage. Comedy is a big advantage. You make friends, you're like kind of forced to make friends in comedy.
Yeah.
But so like I was making some comedy friends in Portland, but not outside of that, like just like, hey, that guy at the hardware store, he was a nice guy. I should
exactly.
ask him out to coffee. Like what are we talking about?
Yeah, once you're done with college, like there's just like before you graduate college, there's just an understanding, hey, we're young and we're supposed to be making friends and meeting people. After college, it's like we're in the real world, you know,
Yeah,
it's weird to be like, do you want to be my friend?
right. Friends are like a product of your environment. Like if I assume if you're in an office and you work in an office, you're going to be friends with some of the people at the office, right?
Yeah.
Are you going to be friends like in comedy? I'm friends with a lot of comics or, whatever.
Yeah.
But like to go outside of that and just seek out friendship, like on a dating site or the way you'd seek out someone to date
Yeah.
is bizarre to me. But you're not finding. Do you find that you miss it? Do you find that you're lacking for friends?
No, no. I mean, I really like watching TV. It's like
Right.
that's my whole point is like, I don't, I don't know. I'm trying to, I'm like listening to myself, like, do I sound like a terrible person? But just
No.
honestly, that's what it is. It's like, I'm in this life. I have kids. I have my wife,
You need
my friends that have stood the test of time and that we still talk and are still friends made the cut.
right.
We're
If you
we're
didn't get
set.
in, if you didn't get in by
Yeah,
now,
you
yeah,
missed
I
it.
don't know what to tell you. Yeah.
Yeah,
You really need like 3 or 4 friends, I
yeah,
think, and one of
yeah.
them has to have a truck.
And right, right. Of course, you definitely get points for that.
That's all. That's all you need. One friend with a truck, and then 2 to fill out the roster.
That's what's great about being a comedian. Like I can, you meet new comics all the time, and they're great. And it's like, oh, this is just a big community of fun people to hang out with, and but
Right.
there's no requirement of like, oh, we have to be friends now. Like,
Yeah, and the other thing I love about comedy is like you can meet someone, you can hang out, it can be really fun, you know, and then you can just like not see each other for I don't know 7 years, and see each other again, and go hey, and then you
yeah,
just
and
pick
pick
up,
right up.
riff a little bit, you know. All right,
Yeah,
see you another decade, maybe I don't know,
yeah,
you know.
yeah.
It's very
That's
low maintenance.
yep.
No, I'm with you. It's difficult to I don't find myself lonely either though. That's the thing. It's like I don't go, man, I wish I had more friends. I have nobody to talk to, or like me and my wife sometimes we just feel like it's not that we are lacking friendship and are like sitting at home going, I wish we were invited to more parties. Or we used to think that about weddings, you know how like people would complain like, oh my God, I have like 8 weddings I have to go to this
Yeah,
summer. How are we gonna? We'd be looking at our calendar like, man, I'd like to get a couple weddings on the books. But all
yeah,
my friends, they're degenerates. They're not getting married or anything,
yeah,
and so we've been to a couple now. But the point is, we don't really get worried about it, except for the societal pressure that you're like supposed to have like big dinner parties with like tons of people. It's not like what we really want to be doing, but we just sometimes we feel the like society saying, hey, this you're supposed to be having lots and lots of friends that come over every once in a while and have barbecues or whatever.
yeah.
You ever feel that? But you
To
said your
pull
wife
out to
does
pull
have a
out
lot
the
of friends.
china. Yeah,
Yeah.
she does.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so I'm friends with a lot of husbands.
But are you really? I mean, you can
No,
you,
actually,
if you
yeah.
don't
I
want.
mean, I mean, since moving back, the friends that we knew before we moved back and we moved that live here, I was good friends with, and then since moving back, we've met other friends of theirs that live in the same neighborhood, and we have hung out a bunch. But it's funny because the wives get together and the husbands, we never plan our own thing. So like, I'll just see in my calendar, oh, I'm hanging out at Andy's Thursday night, because the wives, when they got together, talked about how the husbands never take the initiative to do anything. So they made plans for us and put shit in our calendar. And so we'll get together because the wives planned for us to.
So you're booked.
Yeah.
You got booked. You got like an
For a
agent.
bonfire hangout.
your wife got you a good bonfire hangout gig.
She got me some friends.
Yeah, I would say me and my wife are like you twice. We're just both you. We don't have
okay.
the person booking hangouts. We're both a little introverted, but we're okay with it. I think maybe as we
That's
shed
all that
more
matters.
friends as we get older, we'll
Maybe
start getting desperate. But yeah, so I think we're good. But it is, I think, as you get older, it's like way harder and less important.
Yeah, I mean, I don't even know if I would say it's. I guess I would say it's harder, but I guess it's because I don't.
Well,
try,
it's just harder because nobody else is looking for it.
Right, and I'm one of them. I'm not looking for it.
Right, everybody's like you.
Yeah.
The only way you'd make friends is like if you started hanging out with like 23-year-old dudes. That'd be kind of weird. Johnny's hanging out on campus.
What's up, guys? Hecky sack? Anyone?
Gen Z in the house.
In the house.
What's up with these millennials? These old millennials, and they love Friends. The show. Okay, no, I'm with you. I'm completely behind you.
All right, you got it.
All right, what's up? That kind of leads me into my next and final area where I need backup. But so when COVID happened, my wife was working at a real estate place. She got laid off because the business kind of got skittish and laid off like 60% of the company or whatever. So then she's been, doing some freelance stuff, whatever. But she had this computer and from work, and she's held on to it this whole time because of the social distancing. They didn't want to have her come drop it off, and they didn't want to come. But finally, they like clearly needed this. It's an expensive Mac laptop. So like they wanted this computer back. So finally they sent somebody over, this other woman who worked with my wife, who kept her job, and she came over to pick up the computer. And I eavesdropped. I heard the conversation, and they caught up a little bit. But my wife was trying to like pry dirt out of her about the work environment because so she kept asking questions like, oh, does she kind of regret laying off everybody? Or, the boss. She's talking about the boss. She's like, oh, does she kind of, is it too busy now? Is it hard? Has it been hard? And she's just trying to like pull some shit talking out of this employee because she had like the inside info. But this girl, she just wouldn't go for it. No matter what my wife would bring to her, it would be like, oh, no, she had a plan for the restructuring. It's like she was like a political mouthpiece for the boss.
Yeah.
And what I want to tell everybody is like, just shit talk. If someone's been fired and they're trying to just shit talk a little bit about the boss, just indulge
Give it to them. Give it to
them. Even if it's not the truth, even if the boss has never been happier and the company's running smoother without the employees than it did before. You can just, what does it hurt to just go, oh yeah, we're kind of swamped. Boy, it would have been great if you were still there. Man, we really miss, you don't have to like toe the company line.
Was she afraid that your wife was like a spy or something?
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe she thinks the boss is always listening. I don't know.
Was she a friend or just like, that weird coworker that's like, oh, well, we're just making small talk? Or was she like someone that you can actually talk like, real to?
No, I think she would be like a work friend, not someone we're not hanging out with anyone, as we just discussed.
She's not coming to your dinner party?
No, we have friends. Folks, come on, listen up. We got lots of friends, but no, she's not somebody I think they were like super close, but they would like chat at work. But even if you're not, I don't know. I need backup because I'm gonna shit talk with you about anybody, anytime, you know what I mean? I love it.
Oh yeah,
talking shit is fun.
Right? It really is. It really.
Why are you gonna pass up an opportunity? And I want to, especially if you're like, okay, you're the one who got fired, you're the one who got laid off. That's the least you can do.
And is there a safer environment to shit talk than someone that just got fired? There's no way it's coming back.
Right.
Like
Great
that other
point.
girl is so safe to say she
Great
could
point.
lie.
Because what's my wife going to do? Then tattle to the boss that fired her? Doesn't make any sense. Ah, that's a great point, Johnny. See, that's the kind of backup I'm looking for.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's so safe. She could have fun with it. She could be like, yeah, I don't know. She just fell apart after she fired you. She stopped, she's not even doing makeup. She just comes. I don't think she's showering in the morning. She just comes to work. It's real weird.
She looks awful. She's got bags under her eyes. I think she's gotten into hard drugs.
Yeah.
I don't know what she's doing with that money she's saving. Oh. Yeah. Just be willing. Yeah. Because it's like, I know why people think like, oh, you shouldn't talk bad about other people because I wouldn't want someone to talk bad about me. But you're not thinking of the person that you're talking to whose life is going to feel better by talking shit about that other person. What about
that? We'll never know about it. That we'll never know about it.
Yeah. We got to start a shit talking revolution. We got to change the way kids are taught in school.
Yeah.
Like, talk behind people's backs.
It'll makes things so exciting. And who knows
It'll
that
cheer
better?
someone
Who
up.
knows that better than comics, right?
Right. Oh, yeah. That's why it's fun to be friends with comics.
Yes. Oh, boy.
All right. Well, you get it.
Of course I get it. Yeah.
You get it. Okay.
If your wife ever wants to bitch about her old boss, she could call me. I don't know her old boss, but I can pretend, and I'll.
You already gave it to us. She doesn't look good.
Yeah.
Well, Johnny, I think that was successful. I think we made some progress today. We're calling him. My mom's name is Erin. You and Erin, not a Karen.
I do like your whoopee theory though. That's another.
Yeah, I'm gonna start calling a whoopee. Maybe we'll release a poll. I don't know how to do that, but maybe we'll put a poll in the field. What my mom should change her name to.
Yeah, just put a poll in the field.
Yeah, we'll put a poll in the field.
Okay.
And next week we'll give you the results. So anyway, thank you everybody for listening.
Yes, make sure you keep leaving reviews, 5-star reviews.
You got it.
And if you do a 5-star review, leave a comment with what you need support for, and we'll address it. We've already done it twice.
Yeah, so we've proven.
I don't know if I should have said the number that we've gotten.
No. That's just we're 100% response rate. So
we are 2 for 2.
2 for 2. Subscribe to the YouTube channel so that you can get all these great visual jokes that we keep doing.
Yeah, no, it's very easy. Just go to youtube.com/channel/UW2QO lowercase or whatever the hell it is. Yeah. If we get 100 subscribers, we can change it.
Right. So 1027 The Rock.
Right, 1027 The Rock. Yeah, we come in on a visual cue. Let's go out on the same visual joke.
All right, buddy.
All right. Until next week, the Cavalry.